doing exhibition. It's like, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money. They don't say nothing about the guys that's 80 and 90 that's still making hundreds of millions and billions, but as soon as somebody black does it, your people, your own people say, oh, he's broke. Listen, I'm not here to talk about no one else's pockets because I got to where I got to focusing on Floyd Mayweather. That's how I got to becoming 50 and 0. Because my thing was always, I didn't care what nobody else was doing.
If it looked differently, that's on me. And so, you know, real knows real. And when you're a man, you own up and you fess up to the things that you did wrong. And I'm gonna always.
Frustrated by the ongoing commentary and reports from Stephen A. Smith, Floyd Mayweather has issued a warning for him to stop speaking about him. Smith's repeated coverage has drawn significant public attention, which has reportedly prompted federal agents to intensify their investigations into Mayweather.
I love me some boxing. Which is why I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Mayweather. Now, Floyd Mayweather.
During a live virtual interview, Floyd Mayweather was asked about several allegations made against him. In response, he stated, "I don't want to hear my name in anyone's mouth. When a black man is doing well, they try to tear him down. Let it be known. If I hear my name mentioned, I'll make it a point to speak out."
No, you don't think it does at all?
No. Here's the reason why. He's retired, number one. Number two, he had already proved himself as a world champion, made a whole boatload of money. He got $700 million in 2 fights, for crying out loud. He did all of that stuff. Then he retired, and he's announced that essentially these are exhibitions. He's just having fun with it because he's getting old. He's 45 years old now, and he did what he came to do.
But soon as someone black, when
Mayweather firmly dismissed all allegations made against him as false and urged his interviewers not to believe any of the claims. He pointed to a specific incident where rapper 50 Cent shared an Instagram post highlighting Stephen A. Smith's comments suggesting that Mayweather was facing bankruptcy. That post sparked widespread attention, with journalists and bloggers amplifying the story and spreading further false claims. This media frenzy triggered a wave of lawsuits against Mayweather, which eventually caught the attention of federal agents. According to Mayweather, Stephen A. Smith was the root cause of the entire situation.
You think it's hate from both sides?
they gotta point the finger at somebody. I mean, I think that it's just that when I talk about the numbers that I'm doing, I'm really doing. It's not like, you know how the young kids say now, capping, or we used to say fronting, so ain't no future in your fronting, but whatever I talk about is what I've done.
Pushing each other to be great instead of arguing on social media. That's just my opinion. And pushing each other in a positive way. And, I found myself in the past, the younger Floyd Mayweather, going back and forth on the internet with different people. But
Naturally, Floyd Mayweather didn't conclude his remarks without issuing a warning. If Stephen A. Smith continues making claims about him, Mayweather vowed to expose alleged hidden crimes and shady dealings involving Smith. He even threatened to derail Smith's recently declared presidential ambitions. For Smith and his supporters, Mayweather's accusations could not have come at a worse time, potentially casting a serious shadow over his political aspirations.
I feel like as you get older,
yep,
you have to look at things in a different way. Mm-hmm. My son this year is 26 years old. So in 4 years, my son will be 30. Then my daughter will be 29 in the 4 years. So I have, grandchildren. So the same thing I was doing 10 years ago, I can't be doing now. Even 5 years ago, I can't be doing now. Mm-hmm. It's all about growth, and I'm growing.
According to the Black Information Network, longtime ESPN personality Stephen A. Smith has now expressed openness to running for president in 2028, a notable shift from his previous stance that politics wasn't for him. The change in tone became evident when he recently posted on X, formerly Twitter, writing, "Time to stop messing around. Life is great, especially at ESPN and Disney. I hate the thought of being a politician, but I'm sick of this mess, so I'm officially leaving. All doors open." Smith elaborated further during a live interview at the NAB show in Las Vegas, revealing that he has been approached by figures on Capitol Hill, including elected officials such as governors and mayors, who have encouraged him to consider a run. Although he admitted he's not thrilled about the idea of becoming a politician, he said that if the country's situation doesn't improve after the 2026 midterm elections, he would seriously consider stepping up. While no official announcement has been made, it's clear Stephen A. Smith is taking the possibility more seriously than ever before.
The last few weeks, I've had no choice but to get a bit more serious about it. I've been approached by people on Capitol Hill. I've been approached by people who are elected officials in office, whether it's governors or mayors or what have you, and people have legitimately and seriously asked me about that. I have no desire to be a politician. My life is pretty well. But I've decided I'm no longer going to close that door. I'm going to keep my options open. I'm going to entertain the possibility.
Just days after expressing interest in a presidential run, Stephen A. Smith has been hit with accusations of being a fraud and a liar. While many boxing fans understand the sentiment behind these claims, they appear to be more of a backlash or rebuttal to what Smith previously said about Floyd Mayweather, rather than genuine allegations. Nonetheless, the controversy has added fuel to the ongoing tension between the two.
When you've been living this life for so long, I think it's normal, but when people go on social media, they post, when I post, they get mad. They're like, "Oh, you cocky, you arrogant." I'm just telling the truth.
For forever.
Yeah.
100%.
Did you get a little nervous asking a question?
Yeah.
I saw Al ask a question. He was like,
So, taking a picture with him right now at the end, I was like, do my arm go around it?
Floyd Mayweather has thrown his full support behind President Trump. The undefeated boxing champion, renowned for his bold personality and high-profile business endeavors, made waves after publicly endorsing Trump during a recent appearance on Fox Business, Making Money. The interview initially focused on Mayweather's latest $400 million real estate project in New York City and the launch of his new nutrition brand, One of One.
America, we're never happy. At least I'm happy, but we're never happy. Well, we had Trump before. We didn't appreciate him, but I think Trump is a great president. Actually, he's the best president in my.
However, the conversation took a political turn when Mayweather was asked about the current state of the country under the new administration. Without hesitation, he voiced strong support for Donald Trump. Appearing on Fox Business Network's Making Money with Charles Payne, Mayweather said, "The world, well, in America, we're never satisfied. At least I'm happy, but as a country, we're never happy. When we had Trump before, we didn't appreciate him. But in my opinion, Trump is a great president, one of the best. To me, he's the best president we've ever had."
A better place in my life right now. I couldn't ask to be in a better place. So the old Floyd Mayweather, when I used to go back and forth with people on social media, I don't do that anymore because I'm truly, truly blessed, way beyond belief. What's important to me right now is my real estate, my family.
The 48-year-old elaborated, saying, "He's a great businessman, and that's what it's about. Trump has done an amazing job. A lot of people in America are upset, but no matter who's in the White House, people are always unhappy." His remarks instantly ignited heated debate online. While some praised Mayweather for his bold endorsement, others criticized him for making such a sweeping statement. Social media quickly lit up with reactions as users dissected his political views and debated the potential impact of his comment.
Great businessman, and that's what it's about. Trump has done an amazing job, and a lot of people around America are upset. But no matter who goes in the White House, we're always upset.
Right.
And I think Trump is the man for the job. He's the best president in my eyes.
In response to Floyd Mayweather's hints that he might expose alleged hidden crimes, Stephen A. Smith took to the airwaves to firmly deny any involvement in criminal activity at any point in his career. He emphasized that there are certain situations he would never be caught in, distancing himself from any such allegations. Smith then shifted the conversation to the controversy surrounding his First Take co-host and friend, Shannon Sharpe, who is currently facing a lawsuit filed by a young woman in her early 20s. Addressing the matter on his self-titled YouTube show earlier this week, Smith stated that he is not shying away from the issue, but clarified that he has no control over Sharpe's role at ESPN.
My family, different things I'm involved with. You know, it's all about helping kids.
He explained, "I recruited Shannon, but I'm not the boss." Smith then shared that he had spoken with Disney co-chairman Jimmy Pitaro, revealing, "I can tell you I also spoke to Jimmy Pitaro, the co-chairman of Disney, who made it very, very clear that ESPN is taking this matter seriously and is looking into it closely. Once we gather all the facts, we'll go from there." Smith added, "That's all he said, and I can mention his name because I received his permission to do so. I'm not sure what that means."
Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. Look at this here, please.
"I have no idea what direction ESPN and Disney will take regarding this matter," Smith said. "All I know is that I won't be the one making the decision. It will be others upstairs. In the end, we all have someone to answer to, no matter how independent we try to be or how much we own our own business. They're the bosses, not us. That's the situation Shannon Sharpe finds himself in right now." Smith then shifted his focus to Floyd Mayweather's comments, responding to the boxer by explaining why he's never been involved in a scandal like his ESPN co-host, Shannon Sharpe. Together,
Act together, and he didn't appreciate that. And he was so pissed off we went without talking, and it got to a point where a couple of my colleagues pulled me to the side and said, "Yo, man, you the beat writer for the 76ers.
On a recent episode of The Stephen A. Smith Show on YouTube, Smith said, "One of the things we need to remind ourselves of is that in today's world, very few things remain private. Almost everything eventually comes to light. But beyond Shannon and myself, just thinking about the world we live in, especially with the rise of podcasts and everything else, many people walk around thinking they can do whatever they want, whenever they want, and that they can run their own operation. Without answering to anyone, that's simply not true.